Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this program, Our Moments with God, where I share with you my simple and humble reflections in an informal way on the daily Mass readings with the hope that this will help you and me in our spiritual journey, in discovering the divine, maybe new aspects of God, and establishing a relationship with Him, and eventually even friendship with God, if you are interested, of course, in establishing a friendship with God. And if you like the video, you may be interested to follow it, then subscribe for it. And if you like the video, please also share it with others so that others also take advantage of it and profit from it. Thank you. Today's gospel is a bit strange gospel and a bit difficult to understand if you analyze it properly. And people do ask questions about this gospel. The gospel is about how a man had sown good seeds in his field, and as he had gone to sleep, some enemy came and sowed weeds in the midst of his good crop of wheat. And when they started sprouting, the servants found out that while he had sowed good seeds, there were also weeds coming up. So they went to their master and told him, "Sir, hadn't you sown good seeds? How come there are weeds coming up?" And he said, "Yes, of course, an enemy came at night and did this bad thing." So then they approached him and said, "Yes, he has done a bad thing, but we can sort it out by plucking them out now and keep the good ones there and remove the weeds." But the master tells him, "No, no, there is no need to do that yet. Let both grow." And because while picking out the weeds, you may also pluck out the good weeds. The problem with this kind of weed was that while coming out, they looked both alike. Only at the time of fruition, you could make out the difference that the wheat had the grains in their ears, but this one was only grass. So he had give a good advice that if you remove them, you may remove both the good ones as well. So let them grow together, and at the end, during the time of harvest, we will remove the bad. You know the parable, and then they will be put to be burnt, bundled up. So sometimes we wonder that in our life we find also that good people, there are many good people, but there are also bad or evil elements in society amongst us, people living around, sometimes our own relatives, who do behave badly with us, or we might behave badly with them. And we wonder, particularly if you're the good type and if you're on the right side, then you may wonder how come God allows these bad people also to prosper. Of course, the bad people are very proud. They think, yeah, yeah, we can do all that we want. God is not bothered. And, even if we ignore the good and don't do it right, God just tolerates it and we are prospering, and that is a good thing. But the parable itself has a deep meaning, that how does God allow both good and evil to grow together? Why does God not intervene in removing the bad things at the right time? Why does He allow them to grow? And this is a big question that often people note and ask, and sometimes are very disappointed also with God, that despite knowing God, who is all powerful, He knows that there are bad people through bad means, through evil means, through unethical means. They are thriving, they are prospering, while we, being honest, doing an truthful and honest life, and still we are not prospering. And in the eyes of God, it seems it does not matter. God does not intervene. God simply allows this evil to also come along and prosper. Is that how God should be? If God is good and if God is all powerful, then God should, as they say in English, put the nip in the bud what is evil at the right time. Why does He allow things to grow? But this parable is actually showing that there are two or three things that one can learn from this parable. One is that we are not to judge who is evil and who is good. What appears in our eyes evil, maybe it is evil, but maybe it is not. That is one thing. So we are not the ones to judge. This Jesus says also in another place in the gospel, judge not and you shall not be judged, or remove the plank from your own eye before you go to remove the splinter from the eye of the other. That is one thing. Secondly, it can also mean that maybe the bad people might see the good behavior of other people, your behavior, and they have a chance to improve, to change their lives. That is one important aspect why God allows. And the third important thing can be a temptation for those who are doing good and who see that others who are not so good are still prospering. The good people may have a temptation to ignore doing good and saying, well, after all, God is allowing, God is being blind to their evil deeds and they are prospering, they are growing. So why do I need to work honestly and being truthful? Let me also employ the same kinds of methods and means to live my life, and God anyway doesn't bother. No, no, no. This parable is quite clearly saying that God is being patient. He's allowing them to grow together, but at the end time, God will make sure that these things are plucked, the weeds are plucked out and bundled together and burnt. Burnt means as burnt in the hell fire forever. There is no escape for them. But the good fruits, those who are doing good, they will of course get the reward of the kingdom of heaven and will be welcomed into heaven. So this is an important thing. Let us not be judgmental about others. Let us be patient. Let us continue to do the good things we are doing. God it is who judges, and He will reward the people at the right time. I'm sure you are interested in following the right path, following Jesus as He expects you to live your life, and I'm sure that brings you greater peace, joy, and happiness. And if you are interested now to subscribe to this channel, you may do it now. Thank you.